Okay, so I live in the historic Triangle down in Southern Virginia. You have Williamsburg, Jamestown, and Yorktown, where I live. And I'll show you why they call it the historic Triangle, because it's a triangle. See? There you go. Alright, I'm going to show you specifically where I work in Yorktown, and that is at the Ben & Jerry's down at the waterfront. Alright, so Yorktown's a pretty cool place to visit, I think, because of all the history there. You know, it was established in 1691, I believe, and it's just a fun place to work. I'm really glad that I got my job here, especially since it's right down the street from where I live. So this is where I enter Yorktown, and it's pretty cool. Alright. So you're surrounded by the battlefields, like when you first enter. So I'm just gonna take you down here, give you a little historic tour of the place. Right up here is actually the remains of the Nelson House. It was burned down in the fire at Yorktown, and all historic parts of Yorktown actually had to be rebuilt because of that fire. I don't know when it was. It was sometime later after the Revolutionary War. But this is the Yorktown Monument. I think it's one of the landmarks that we have, and I'm just gonna give you a cool little view of it. Another fun thing doing this project, I learned that you can grab this yellow guy while you're in the street view, and if you click on something, like if I place him here, he'll go right to these pictures from Flickr that people have taken, which I think is cool, and then you can like zoom in on certain parts. Lightning actually struck this statue's head a while ago, and it fell off, and it had to be replaced. Just another fun fact of Yorktown. Alright, let's go back to the street view. Go down Main Street. Alright. And so from here, I hang a right, and I go down this way, down towards the beach. The waterfront is beautiful too. Like it's a cute little beach. It's right off the York River, and you know there's piers, there's like picnic areas, and this is pretty much what I drive to when I go to work, because I work the early shifts at Ben & Jerry's during the summer. And there's the bridge right there, the Coleman Bridge. Goes over to Gloucester Point. And this is actually Cornwallis's cave, and this is where he pretty much hid whenever the siege of Yorktown took place, which is the last battle of the Revolutionary War, if you guys don't know. Just a fun fact, again. Just more beach area, and everything down here is awesome. This is the Yorktown Pub. Great local restaurant. Let's keep going down this way on Water Street. There's the Yorktown Deli. Nice little place to eat as well if you're at the beach. We're just gonna skip down Water Street, and Duke of York is to my left. It is just like a hotel, and it's also a restaurant. And back on Water Street. And there's just more beach. This is the Riverwalk coming up on my right. And then there's trolleys going through Yorktown if you want a tour. This is Riverwalk. It's relatively new. I think it came up in like 2004, 2005, and it's just a great little addition to downtown Yorktown. And as you can see here, there are like cruise ships that come in. This summer, I saw a pirate ship. That was pretty fun. All the people came in and came into Ben and Jerry's dressed in their pirate outfits. Got hit on by a pirate. It was pretty funny, and my coworkers thought so as well. And I overpassed it, but there is where I work, Ben and Jerry's, Yorktown Riverwalk. Bummer that you can't get a little bit closer. Maybe I'm working. I don't know. And that's pretty much where I work. If you would like to see more of Yorktown, we can head up to Main Street, which is another cool place to go. This is pretty much, you know, where all the cool stuff happens. That's the hill right up from Ben and Jerry's. It's another way I can get to work. And we're just gonna march on over here. The courthouse is also in downtown Yorktown, which hopefully the residents of the city don't have to go there unless you're getting your driver's license. This is Main Street right here. Swan Tavern is located on the right, as you can see. And if we go, it's actually haunted. If you're into that kind of stuff, which I definitely am. I own the ghost stories of Yorktown, Williamsburg, and Jamestown. And the guy haunts the second floor. If you want to look into it, let me know. Alright, moving on down Main Street, we have the Grace Episcopal Church is right down here, and that's pretty historic too. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Yep. Alright, so this place it was also built in the 1690s, and it's also haunted. Right here in the graveyard, there have been sightings of ceremonies going on and all that jazz. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this entire place is haunted. Revolutionary War. A little bit of Civil War going on when soldiers had to come down here. Alright. There's the Carrot Tree. Another restaurant that you can go to. And my mom actually almost bought that place for a bakery. Yes, I'm promoting my mother's baking via Google Maps. It's awesome, but she ended up doing it. Keep heading down here. On this house, you can actually see bullet holes. There's one right there. And there's a couple on this side too as well. And those are just residential areas down there. Alright. Moving back to Maine. This pathway, it was used to bring stuff up from the river as well. And it's haunted again. And then if you keep going back up Main Street, we're gonna be where we left off, which is by a monument. And they're all connected to by the Colonial Parkway, and that's actually right. Entrance to that is right there. And now we're on the parkway. Alright, take it easy, everybody.